In 1995, the world saw South Central LA through movies like Boys N, The Hood and Menace to Society, heavy, violent, and tragic. But Ice Cube wanted to show a different side. He wanted to show that even in the hood, people just hung out on porches, joked around, and tried to get through a boring Friday. With a tiny budget and a cast of then-unknowns, Friday wasn't just a movie. It was a vibe that changed comedy forever. But behind the laughter, there were near firings, improvised legends, and a buy that wasn't supposed to be famous. In '95, Ice Cube was the angriest man in America. Nobody expected him to write a comedy. He wrote the script with DJ Pooh because they were tired of the hood always being portrayed as a war zone, but the studios didn't get it. They asked, "Where are the guns? Where are the car chases?" Cube had to fight to keep the movie grounded. He even had to cast himself as the straight man, the boring guy, so that the world around him could be as loud and crazy as possible. He took a massive pay cut just to get the film greenlit for $3 million. Can you imagine Friday without Chris Tucker? It almost happened. The role of Smokey was originally written for DJ Pooh, the co-writer. But when the producers saw a young stand-up comic named Chris Tucker, they knew they had lightning in a bottle. Tucker was paid only $5,000 for the role. Let that sink in. One of the most quoted performances in history, and he made less than the guy who catered the set. But Tucker brought an energy that wasn't in the script. About 50% of Smokey's lines were improvised on the spot. He was so funny that Ice Cube struggled to stay in character. You can actually see Cube hiding a real smirk in several scenes. We have to talk about "Bye, Felicia." In the script, it was just a throwaway line. It wasn't meant to be a meme. Memes didn't even exist yet. Ice Cube said it with such dismissive perfection that it became a cultural shorthand for "get out of my face" for the next 30 years. Interestingly, Angela Means, the actress who played Felicia, said the set was actually quite serious. Because the budget was so low, they only had 20 days to shoot the entire movie. If you messed up a line, you were costing the production money they didn't have. The biggest mystery for years was, where was Smokey in the sequels? Rumors swirled that it was about money. And while money is always part of it, the truth is more personal. Chris Tucker had a religious awakening. He didn't want to represent smoking weed and using heavy profanity on screen anymore. He was reportedly offered $10 million to return for next Friday, and he turned it down to do Rush Hour instead. Ice Cube respected the move, but it changed the trajectory of the franchise forever. It forced the series to evolve into the Day-Day era with Mike Epps. The house Craig lives in is a real house in Gardena. The production didn't have the money for a soundstage, so they rented a residential home. The neighbors were actually in the movie as extras. But because they were filming in a real neighborhood, they had to deal with real-life noise. During the scene where Craig and his dad are talking in the bedroom, they had to stop filming dozens of times because of police sirens and helicopters in the distance. It wasn't movie magic, that was just Friday in LA. Ultimately, Friday succeeded because it was relatable. It took the scary hood and made it feel like home. It gave us Tiny Lister as the ultimate bully Deebo and John Witherspoon as the funniest dad in cinema history. It's a movie about standing up for yourself, even when you're unemployed and your friend just borrowed your last bit of weed. It's a classic because it's true.